There are political campaigns, huge political campaigns by groups that are opposed to animal research. One of the responses I think that has happened, I'm not sure about this, but my perception is institutions, maybe even agencies over the last 30 years have responded to that by thinking if we simply have more rules and more administrators and more compliance people and more boxes to check and more everything, that will fix the problem. But it won't fix the problem. It won't even come close, because those political campaigns are about ending animal research. They're not about doing it better, and they're not about animal welfare. So you look at that and you say, okay, does it serve the animals? So we fill out a metric ton of paperwork, and it slows down the research, it increases cost. That may be okay if it achieves a goal, but does it? Do we have measures that show us whether it's effective for the animals or the science? Do we have measures that show us what it actually costs, right? So when you take someone's time, for one thing, it's not going somewhere else. So if it takes hundreds of hours to get something done that is not the science, then what was it for and was it worth it? I don't think we have enough focus on that, and I think we've built an industry around compliance. The question to me is whether it's time for some pretty self-critical evaluation of what that is accomplishing. What I'm afraid of is what we're going to see instead is a trend towards more and more and more. And that is something that is a problem. Because you know what will happen? The work will go places where that isn't a problem. And then you're going to ask some other questions about the science, about animal welfare, about American enterprise, about American scientists. I'm an American scientist, so I'll focus there. So that's a big trend. The other trend that worries me is we are setting up a system where science funding is decreasing. There are a lot of pressures on public institutions. There are a lot of pressures on scientists. So we don't have a lot of extra time. People want scientists, and we'll see it at this conference, everybody would like scientists to defend science and be out there doing outreach. They also want the scientists to fill out a lot of paperwork. They also want the scientists to figure out how to make better animal welfare. There are some natural limits. And scientists often, surprisingly, are not at the tables where those decisions are made. That seems problematic from the teamwork collaborative perspective. And then the final one is this idea that there are any neutral conveners of anything. So nobody's neutral. People benefit from science, and when science involves animal research, they're benefiting from animal research. They are not neutral, right? So I think we need some better thought about why are we polarizing? Why are we saying that there's animal researchers on the one hand, scientists on the one hand, animal rights people on the other, and there's some happy middle ground full of neutral public people? That's just not right.